Tuesday, April 20th, 2021. What's going on, community? It's your boy Buddha coming at you with another video with pickups and buys for the month. It's been a busy week. We're leading up to a show this weekend. If you're in the Northern California area, come check us out. We'll be at the Courtyard Marriott from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Your boy and Rye will be out there wheeling and dealing. If you guys get a chance, please come by and say hi. So without further ado, let's get into it. Wide variety of things. You know, I like to get a hodgepodge of things, mix it up. Not necessarily focused on one particular item, person, or product. I like to mix it up. So we're going to start with some of the non-sport stuff that I've been picking up, and we will go from there. So this is kind of cool. Some Pikachu cards. Can never go wrong with Pikachu. So able to pick up a few of those. Some Neymar soccer cards. Soccer's on fire right now, guys. So I picked up a few of those. There's a Messi. So when it comes to soccer, you know, the OGs are Neymar, Messi, and Ronaldo. We got the Hulkster. Can remember watching him before he was WCW on WWF. He's the GOAT of wrestling, if you ask me. You know, you got him, you got Ric Flair. I remember as a kid watching Saturday Night Raw. I think it was called Main Event back then. I don't think it was called Raw, but just picking up a few of his cards. You know, these are low end, couple bucks here and there. But like I told you, man, it's not always about the high end stuff. You know, you got to collect what you like, or else why collect in the first place? Cool looking cards here. Wide variety of stuff. Stuff from some of the late 80s, early 90s. WrestleMania. Iconic sporting event. At one time they had the record for the most attendance in the Detroit Pontiac Dome. I want to say it was like 90,000 at that time, which was astronomical. Also picked up some Marvel cards from my boy Easy Kicks. Just a few. Just wanted to have them for the showcase in case anybody was looking for them. These were scorching hot a few weeks ago. They've come down back to earth. But there will be a new Thor movie. The homie Noah Centineo will be in it. So that'll be cool. Of course, Black Panther. R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman. And Ryan Coogler's also spent time in the Bay. So we got Fantastic Four card here, Punisher, Kingpin, and I was able to pick up a nice lot of Star Wars cards from 77. This is a cool one, but this seems to be the key one right here is the Luke Skywalker rookie card, I would imagine. But there was 3 of those in the lot, and that's probably the worst condition one of the 3. But there was about 150 Star Wars cards, so those were the 4 key ones that I saw. These were kind of cool. I picked these up as well. These are like promos. I don't know exactly, but they're cool looking cards if you ask me. As you know, always got to throw in a poker card. This is the poker GOAT for me. You know, when the boom happened, I was already playing poker for a long time and can never have enough Phil Ivey cards. Again, Mr. 4040. The reason that I collect cards today, 1/2 of the Bash Brothers, Mr. Jose Canseco. Used to love the A's. If you're a big A's fan, you know who this guy is. This is still one of my favorite cards of all time. Ricky Henderson. He actually used to live out in NorCal, and I ran into him one time when I was working at Burger King. It's an iconic card here as well when he broke the stolen base record. He and Lou Brock, R.I.P. Lou Brock. Ken Griffey Jr. It is not the upper deck, but anytime you can get a Griffey rookie, I'd say jump on it. This is a card that I've been picking up lately. It's the 3D stars. They're lenticular cards. This is a Frank Gore. The reason that I picked this up is because there is a cool one with LeBron, Kobe, and then there's a Kobe Jordan. This is Drew Brees, who announced his retirement earlier this year. But these are kind of like the old school sport flicks. How you can turn them one way and it's one angle, and turn it another way, it's another angle, it's another view. And the POTUS, the old POTUS, Mr. Barack Obama has one as well. So I thought these were cool cards. Told you like the non-sport stuff. Allen and Ginter, Efren Reyes, one of the GOATs for billiards, legend in the Filipino community. And I told you guys about Miss Michaela Meyer, two-time Olympian. I think she could be huge for the sport of women's boxing, a lot like Ronda Rousey was for women MMA. I told you about her and another girl, Clarissa Shields. And Clarissa Shields is actually signed up to do MMA fighting. So I'm not sure if Michaela will follow in her footsteps, but anytime I get a chance, I like to pick up the ink. This is a cool press play to 1 of 1. Back to LeBron, speaking of the current GOAT. This is a really cool card. You're never going to see a card quite like this. It's got 5-time champ Tim Duncan, and it's got Kawhi Leonard. So you got all 3 of those guys in the same card, which is kind of cool. So that's the gold version. There's the base version. So when I see these, I like to pick them up. Again, we talked about 2019 Prism. George Kittle's first Prism card. Not sure why, but I picked this up. This is an orange. This is numbered down there on the bottom. This is another cool card. Kobe Bryant. Tradition card. It's got MJ right there. Picked it up. I got a steal on this. $5. Sticker still on there. But I think these go for like $40 or something like that. This is the brother of the hottest guy on the planet right now. This is Seth Curry. I still like to pick his stuff up. I think he's underrated, undervalued. And here's the bro. So there's Steph. The month of April has been his month. He is killing it. Luckily, I picked these up before. He got too hot. He's making a bid for another MVP trophy. Shannon Elizabeth, Chrome. This particular set, the Jay-Z is going nuts. But I do like the non-sport and celebrity cards, so I pick those up when I can. This is the guy that's everybody's favorite for the MVP this year. So we'll see how that works out. But he's number 1. And Steph's probably in the top 3 right now. This was kind of roach, but this is a Montana second year. Picked it up on a steal, $3. Porter Jr., who's been balling out of his mind, averaging like 23 points. It's the current GOAT's son, Bronny James. This is kind of a cool card. He'll be in the league soon, and we'll see what his cards can do. It's a little cheapy Durant. See how young he looks there. He's back from his injury. This is a couple bucks. We got Chuck Barkley. Never go wrong with Chuck. These sticker cards are gaining in popularity. If you get them in good condition, it's nice. This next is a lot of Bo Jackson. So the question was posed to me earlier in the week. If you could choose an athlete who could have a career with no injuries, who would it be? And be close, but Bo Jackson would probably be first for me, man. What he did was amazing. Griffey's one of those guys that had he not had any injuries, it's scary to think how his numbers would have looked. But this is part of a package deal I picked up. Had to have the Bo Nose card. That is so sick. He won't sign these. I guess he got into a fallout with the photographer, but he won't sign that card. And then the top super rookie, which is why I really purchased this lot. I wanted to grab a couple of those because I did not have any for the collection. Next is a lot of Giants cards that I picked up. This guy's not in the league yet, but he's a big prospect, Marco Luciano. Anytime I can pick him up at a price that's decent, I will. This guy was our stud last year. Yastrzemski, godson to Carl. This is Mike. He was a big surprise for the Giants last year, so good luck to him. Another Luciano. This guy was supposed to be the heir apparent to Mr. Buster Posey, and Posey comes back first game, home run. Bart not doing so hot so far, but hopefully that'll turn around. One guy that had a killer spring training was this guy, Elliot Ramos. He had, I think, 4 home runs, if I'm not mistaken. And then I picked a couple of, I like some Hoops autographs. We got Luca. Never have too many Lucas. What we got here? Leonardo Bolmaro. This is a really cool card. I wish it was. This is the real deal, but this is a reprint. Trout's been him and Otani have been killing it, guys. So probably the most steady investment that you can make in sports right now. You don't see the ebbs and flows that you see with the other guys, but it's just steady Eddie, incline. You just see his prices rising. And the fact that they're winning right now is huge because if they can put a winning season together, get to the playoffs, and finally get on that playoff win, sky's the limit for his prices. This was a really cool card. This is back to that giant slot that I purchased. It's got their big three, Lindsey Composi and Kane from the 2010. That was the first of their three. They did 2010, 2012, 2014, the even years. This is a really cool triple relic card here now. But if I'm not mistaken, it's numbered. Yeah, it's numbered to 18. And it's the last one, 18 of 18, if you guys can see that right there. So that was kind of cool. I picked it up for the homie, but he didn't want it, so I still have it. Another Ramos. This is a signed Ramos. So those are kind of cool. This card's really roached, but still wilt. This still. Steph just passed him on the Warriors franchise all-time scoring list. So anytime you get a wilt card, you grab it. This is an old school guy here, Doug Christie, part of the Purple Rain back in the days when the Kings were running the NorCal and the Warriors were not so good. They were the fan favorites, him, Bibby, Divac. This is one of my all-time favorite Niners, Merton Hanks. He had the chicken dance every time he had the interception. So I was really glad to pick this up from my homie Matt. Thanks for Matt. He hooked me up on that, gave me a good deal. We got Clay. Hopefully Clay is back soon. Revolution. Those are beautiful cards. And this was just part of a little package deal that I got. 93 Finest Ori Refractor. Steve Smith. Roger Craig rookie. Nice little penny insert. Can't go wrong with these inserts. Kobe. JPP. Topps rookie. Steve Franchise, is that? No, Scottie Pippen. Isaac Bruce, Hall of Famer, Spider, Baron Davis, LaMarcus Aldridge, David West, Chrome rookie. All these were like $1 a piece, guys. So I just, got those. Had to have them. Got a Carmelo jersey, the Ramones. Nice little relic card there. Josh Jacobs. There'll be Tua. This is part of a larger lot that I got. I just got a bunch of the quarterbacks from last year. We got the Herbies. Can't go wrong with Herbies. It's a sick 2020 class. Back to Tua. So, it's been a good couple of years for new talent. This guy's balling out. Zion, His field goal percentage is ridiculous, averaging 25 points a game. And the kid's, 20 years old. He hasn't figured things out yet. Once he does, man, it's going to be scary. This is the next guy that's going to kill it. Trevor Lawrence. Here's a cool little promo cards that they had in the style of the Pro set. They tried to buy a case of cards for to get. So there's one like this, and there's a Justin Fields that I haven't got yet, but Lawrence, Fields, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, Trey Lance. The quarterback class is just nasty in 2021. So it's kind of cool. Michael Waltrip, just a couple bucks, but it's a nice NASCAR autograph. So I like the autograph, like the card. I had to pick it up. Back to Mr. Curry, 2009. Looking like the babyface assassin that he is. And then I had to pick up some of the rookie draft edition from Upper Deck. Also picked up this Adrenaline card, which is really cool. So this is a game that you used to play, and they offered this. So that's really cool. Now this card is one that I talked about earlier, the lenticular, but this is the Kobe Jordan. So you can see one way it's Kobe, Another Wage Jordan. These are really cool cards. So these are like the sport flicks from back in the days. But then when I saw this, I did not even know they existed. Had to grab that. And there's another one, like I said, that has Kobe, LeBron, and then Kobe by himself, Jordan by himself, LeBron by himself. So I'm working on getting those. Some Kobe. This is part of another lot that I picked up. Kobe rookies, Hall of Fame induction coming up. The Kobe Last Dance. They just announced that His Airness, Jordan himself, will be inducting Kobe into the Basketball Hall of Fame this year. So that'll be a big moment for everybody, especially those who love sports. And picked up this Finest rookie. Never had too many Finest rookies. And then I was able to pick up, speaking of His Airness, some super stickers for Jordan. I was able to pick up 3 of these, and they're in beautiful condition. Unfortunately, as everybody knows, PSA has suspended the majority of their services. It is a bear to get anything graded now. The only services that they have are the walkthrough or the Super Express, and that's $300 a card. So you would have to be pretty sure that you're going to get a 10 and pretty sure that your card is very, very valuable to go that route. But, it's a shakeup in the industry. It happens. SGC tripled the prices. HGA's got limited submission amount. The other companies don't have the leverage or reputation that everybody else has. So, we'll see how this shakes out. But more on that subject a little more later. Got another Zion here. Like I said, he is absolutely crushing it right now. He is the man. Picked up one of these. I had got the FF face one, but I wanted to get the blackout one because I didn't have that. Hopefully I can go for the whole gambit. I think there's a white and then there's scribble. Spoke on Ronaldo earlier because I had the Neymar and the Messi. This is the third of the GOATs. And you got Mount Rushmore of soccer. You got Maradona, and you also have Beckham. So, and Pele, of course. But the current still playing, this is one of the 3. For women's soccer, you're talking about Carly Lloyd. Shout out to Madigan, who hooked me up on this one. And even though the prices are down on him, I just heard yesterday this guy might be coming back for this year, guys. If he does, expect some of this basketball wax that you're able to buy at a reasonable price right now to start not being so reasonable, because this kid is the real deal. At 19, I'm sorry to say, as big as a Lonzo fan I was, LaMelo's at this point better than Lonzo, so we'll see what happens. An old school GOAT, I talked about picking up some of the OGs. Here's a Ray Allen. It's really cool. This is number 5, number 3 of 5, and got some other. This is a Kawhi with the playoffs coming up. Anytime we get a MVP caliber player and it's numbered, I like to pick those up. A couple more LaMelos, Like I said, he should be back. These came out hot and heavy out of the gates. They were $70. Now they're down to like 20. So you can pick him up cheap, which I would recommend because I think he will be back, and maybe by the end of this year. Blazers are hot again. I think them and the Nuggets have a chance to get out of the West. Anthony Simons is one of those guys that I like, one of those young guns. Giannis, perennial MVP candidate. That's just the base. Ja's killing it right now, guys. The Grizzlies are probably going to be hosting. It's a good time to buy these guys, man. Luka, same thing. They're back. He's back in the MVP conversation. Kenny Skywalker. If you remember this guy, he won the dunk contest back in the 90s, so that was a cool card. Tyrese Halliburton, one of the young guns from this year's class. I don't have very many of them, so I wanted to pick that up. Going back to some Giant stuff. Sean Estes. These signature cards are tough to get, especially nowadays. You got Tim Beckham, the White Sox. And then I just picked up a bunch of vintage Sandy Alomar autograph. Bird Song. I like the autographs of the old guys, better guys. If you look at their signatures, Gary Matthews here, they just look like, you can see every letter. It's just they have a better appreciation for the signature. Willie Wilson, Phil Garner, It's just a lot nicer. This guy's actually has a decent signature for our current guy, Della Vadova. I picked him up because I say, you know, with all these guys that are going to make the playoffs, man, it's nice to pick something up just in case they pop off. And if not, it's nice to have. Glenn Rice, OG marksman from back in the days. Will Perdue. Can't go wrong with the Will. Elton Campbell. Derek Harper. This guy's on fire right now, guys. Otani. If he can stay healthy, DHing and pitching, it's bad news for the AL. Ayuk, I'm big on him. Hopefully, I think he can come back. This guy, like I said, has been balling. MPJ. Debo. So if Ayuk balls out, Samuel's going to ball out. Who knows what the Niners do with that number 3 pick. Hopefully, they don't waste it. It's another Ayuk. Spectra. This is a beautiful, beautiful product. Nice little 3 relic. This guy's been hot too. Terrence Mann, ever since the trade. I've been trying to pick him up. Picked up his Prism as well. I think it's with the Rockets now. He's doing pretty good. Hopefully this guy comes back to some offensive firepower because it's been all defensive rebounds and assists. Mr. Draymond Green. Jordan Poole. He's been killing it. I think a trip down to the G League did him wonders. Alonzo, LaMelo's little brother. Got a emergent silver on there. Hammer and Hank. R.I.P. Hammer and Hank. These were out of front row. They're not numbered, but the stated print run I want to say is 500. Maybe I'm mistaken on that number, but I had to pick that up. Herbie. His best rookie card, the Prism. He's going to be back. And this guy, dude. This guy had one of the best catches of the year already in the early season. Mookie Betts. He's the table setter for the Dodgers. They're killing it. First team to 10 wins. He had an amazing, what might end up being the catch of the year against the Padres this week. So I was glad I picked this up before that catch. All-time GOAT, Magic. Can't go wrong with any Magic Johnson autographs, especially when they're numbered to 99. He's got one of those nice signatures. By comparison, a modern-day guy. Not so excited about his autograph, but excited about the card itself. R.J. Barrett, I think the Knicks are in the position to make the playoffs, and they can make some noise, man. And if they do, that market is so ripe. You know, you saw what happened with Insanity, him and Julius Randle, and they got Emmanuel Quickly, so they could really make some noise. This kid is a prospect in baseball that everybody's been talking about, Jared Kelenic. I didn't have any of him, so I wanted to get that autograph. Another lost fallen soldier, Bob Gibson. R.I.P. Bob Gibson. Lived in St. Louis for a while. I know the importance of what he did for the sport, not only on the field but off the field. Both he and Hank Aaron. So sorry to see those guys go. Anytime you get a rookie autograph of a perennial all-star, especially from the Select Series, you do it. So I picked up this Victor Oladipo. We talked about the Knicks a little bit earlier. Julius Randle. He obviously started with the LA Lakers, but this is a cool card in his Knicks uniform, so I thought that was cool. Fred Warner. He's the new version of Patrick Willis. He's anchoring that linebacking core in San Francisco. Big Niner fan, so I love that. The Big Cat, Andres Galarraga, another one of those OGs. You know, our friends up north in Canada. Provided us a lot of good baseball back in the days, and the Big Cat was always fun to watch. Adam Thielen myself. You know what I mean? Hopefully he'll be back to his all-star ways this year, but he's a top 10 receiver when he's right. Reggie Miller. Love this guy. So had to get an autograph, especially when you get a Prism, Hall of Famer. Autograph can't go wrong. Oh! Light cut out. 1 second, guys. Andrew Jones. One of those Braves outfielders when they had their big three before Acuna. So moving into slabs, guys. We had talked about slabs earlier. PSA suspending their services. So one thing I'm trying to do now is pick up slabs, especially in Gem 10 condition, that are on the low end. I think there's just inherent value in those right now because you can't grade. And who knows what they're going to do when they do allow grading. There's no guarantees they can even come back with the economy or bulk services. So I've been trying to pick up some lower end slabs. So these are some cool ones. Tim Duncan. What I was doing was going after some of the slabs of championship caliber, MVP caliber. Of course, you got the GOAT. You got Larry Legend. Can't go wrong with Larry Legend. I picked this up from my buddy Hot Rod. He's a big Rui guy. So I picked that up when I saw it. And I talked to you guys earlier about Terrence. Oh, no, this is Kawhi. Gem Mint 10 Kawhi. Taco Fall. I picked this up for my buddy Mason. I'm not sure if he wants it, but I need to talk to Big Boss Man, see if he's interested in that. This guy's been on fire. Acuna. It's not a 10, but still about $100 for the 9. So I wanted to get that because I didn't have any Acuna stashed, unfortunately, and he's been on fire lately. The Sixers, like I said, I've been slowly picking up guys that are going to be in the playoffs because they could pop off, and you don't want to get caught without something. And PJ, nice little silver emerging refractor 10. Talked about Ohtani, how hot he was. So, got an Ohtani Gem in 10 here. Another Ohtani. And what is Ohtani without Trout? Batman and Robin. So if you have one, you got to have the other, right? And this is one of my favorite picks up of this month, guys. Hakeem Olajuwon, Rock Stars, PSA 10. Thought that was really, really cool. And even lower end than that, guys, are just some cards that I picked up that I really like. Like I told you guys, there's a difference between expensive and valuable, right? Because valuable to one person is not necessarily valuable to another. It's about what you like, man. It's about what you want to collect. So I picked up a couple of cards that I liked that the next person might be like, why did you buy that? So the first one is in a Donald foil. So this is a Pop 1, actually. A 2003 Topps of Donald foil. Gem Mint 10. So that's a Pop 1. I just really like that card. Angel Pagan, being a Giants fan and an A's fan, I wanted to get this. Just because I didn't have it, because it was available. And we spoke about the young guns for the Giants. There's Yastrzemski, a 9, because 10s are pretty tough to find. This was a cool pickup that I made over the weekend. Yao Ming. So anytime you get an international player, he's iconic. Gotta get it. Beast Mode, Town Business. SGC 10. So you're seeing with PSA suspending things, you got to move into BGS, got to move into SGC. They actually tripled their fees right now. They're at $75 a piece, guys. So grading is it's just a question mark. Nobody knows what the next move is. I picked up this on the cheap. I picked this up for, I want to say $20 because he had a tremendous spring training. And I thought I might be able to capture some of that heat, but yeah. World Series champ, so we'll see what happens. No, A-Rod BCC 10. Picked this up for I think $10. And I picked this up knowing that he was going to get moved, not knowing he was going to go to the Lakers. So I think this was a good pickup. Andre Drummond. And then I've been picking up the SUV King Tiger Woods. So that's a BCC 210, a BGS 9.5, and then some Gem Mint 10s. Like I said, these are, in that $40 to $50 range. And with them suspending services, who knows? I didn't want to wait. Picked this guy up because I think the Grizzlies are going to make some noise in the West. I picked up 2 Brandon Clarks. No Hot Rod's also hot on this guy. And again, a Terrence Mann because he was balling out of control. So moving on to some of the higher end stuff. I got this just because. Can't go wrong with Will the Thrill. Shout out to the homie Dan who likes Will the Thrill. When I used to like the A's, my brother used to like the Giants. So it's kind of cool going back and forth about who their favorite player was. Mine was Canseco. His was Clark, but I always liked that side as well. Some poker cards that got authenticated by PSA. We got Eric Seidel. This guy's impossible to get. Johnny Chan. If you ever get a chance to get his autograph, do so because he is a tough find. Tony Dorsett for all you Cowboy fans. One of those Hall of Fame legends. Mr. October. Reggie Jackson. So these are cards that I had for a while, but I actually got these authenticated through PSA so that I could put them out. Righty forward. Stan the Man. Duke Snyder. The Bus. Jerome Bettis. Tony LaRusse. Look at how young this kid looks. He's coaching again. Coaching the White Sox. I picked this up on the cheap. It's Spencer Haywood. It's a Hall of Famer. It's slabbed. It's signed. It's a cool looking card. I paid $10 for this, guys. And speaking of my favorite player of all time, Mr. 4040 himself, Canseco, on one of my favorite card designs of all time with the Rookie Cup. You can't go wrong. This has everything working for it, guys. I'd seen a few where they were on the 86 Donruss update and the 86 rated rookie, but you couldn't really see his signature. But on this, you can see that blue really pops off of that green right there. And the Big Hurt, another one of my favorite designs of all time. Same thing, I'd seen a few autographs with him, but this is the one that popped off the card the best. I just think it stands out really, really good. He's doing a lot of signings right now. Don't blame him because he's a very popular guy. He's doing his little commercials, and people love him, man. People love the Big Hurt. They also love this guy. Showed you that ungraded one that I had earlier, but this is one of the most iconic cards of baseball, especially modern day baseball. Without a doubt, hands down, top 3 for sure, if not the top one. Changed the game with Upper Deck and their hologram, anti-counterfeiting initiative to try to prevent hokey pokey and funny business. But this 89 Upper Deck is one of my favorite cards of all time. 9s and 10s will run you a pretty penny, so I just grabbed the 8. But even 8s are tough grades, guys, especially now that they're trying to pop control. We talked about soccer a little bit. We talked about the legends, but this is one of the rising legends. Kylian Mbappe. You got him. You got Mason Greenwood. You got all these young guys. Rashford. But he seems to be leading the pack. This is the OG. Ronaldo. This is the 2014 Prism set. There's a 2014, 2018. But anytime you get a gem mint of this, or the Neymar, or the Messi, you gotta hop on it. So I picked this up this weekend. And this is another one of the young guns that everybody's chasing right now. Fati, he's hurt, but he'll be back. And it's good for soccer, man, to have an infusion of youth and talent like, baseball's having right now with Bo Bichette and Acuna and Tatis and Ohtani coming around. And just the last 3 years, those guys have been really elevating the sport. And with football, now that you got Herbie and you got Burrow and you got all these young guys that are, passing of the torch, and they're taking the torch and running with it. So I had to pick that up. This guy, again, we talked about him, was on fire. This is a rookie autograph from Ohtani. Number 2, 99. Double relic. So that's a cool card to have. Then I also picked up a Ohtani Luminance. number 2 of 15. He's on fire, guys. So hopefully they can keep it up. The exit velocity on the home runs he's hitting this year and striking people out and DHing. And like I said, his big question mark is going to be health. So hopefully he can keep that up. And here's some of the bigger ones I picked up this week, guys. Mickey Mantle, Authentic Swatch. It's pretty hard to see, but right there it says 1 of 1. So, Leaf Pioneer. It's a pretty cool card. I'm big on this guy. I think it's time to buy on him. John Morant, autograph number to 149. Dude, he's killing it. He's playing above the rim. He's rebounding. He's shooting. His athleticism is back. I think he's back 100% from the injury. Talk about GOATs. Baseball, we saw the 89 upper deck. But this is an autograph, number 1 of 3. Ken Griffey Jr. 3-color patch with the pinstripe, which I thought was amazing. So that's the old school OG GOAT. The current GOAT in baseball is Mr. Mike Trout. I got a 2-color jersey, 2 of 10. I didn't have one yet, so I had to grab the Trout. This is probably my favorite card of all the pickups, guys. Triple autograph, Gronkowski, Kelsey, and Kittle. Number 1 of 5 out of Immaculate. This is the eye patch. This is an amazing, amazing card. And if I had to bet, I would say that one of these 3 tight ends will be on the winning team in the Super Bowl next year. Probably the top 2 more so than the last one, but that's wishful thinking on my behalf, guys, being a Niner fan. I'm glad I picked this up. I actually picked this up before the man went nuts. He's averaging 40 points in the month of April. Shout out to Damian for hooking me up. We did a good trade. Picked this up as well as Damian Lillard and Dwight Clark. So Damian S., thank you for that deal. That signature is way different than you're used to seeing now because this is from 09, rookie year. His autograph has definitely changed over the years. And last but not least, this came out of one of our breaks. Shout out to Cell B. She actually went ahead and sold this to me. This is our first Genesis that we pulled out of one of our breaks. And luckily, Cell made a deal for me on that. So that's it, guys. Again, thanks for hanging out. If you get a chance this weekend, come check us out at Courtyard Marriott, NorCal, Fairfield, California. It's your boy Buddha, 707 Sports. I'm chiming out. Peace.